So I'm going to describe a country for you. I want you to try to see if you can keep up with who it is. What country is currently bombing another country, invading its neighbor, running a kleptocratic dictatorship, poisoning political dissidents while they sit in Western capitals? If you guessed Russia, congratulations, you got it right. But now, a more difficult question. When I talk about Russia, China, and the United States, which one does the rest of the world view most favorably right now? Take a second. Russia, China, US. If you said the United States, you'd be wrong. And now I will tell you, it's not Russia either. Somehow, it's China. And according to polls, China is at a plus 7%. So most of the globe sees China favorably. Russia, minus 11%. And the United States, the country that literally markets itself as the good guys, minus 16. These numbers come from something called the Democracy Perception Index. It was released this week by an organization called the Alliance of Democracies. 94,000 people, 98 countries. It's a lot of numbers, which is like Disney for a nerd like me. And I would dig into these way deeper if I could, but I don't want to put you to sleep. And speaking of putting people to sleep, way back 2 years ago, can you remember back then, sleepy Joe Biden? The United States in this index was at a plus 22. In the last 2 years, we have dropped 38 points, now ranked below Vladimir Putin's Russia in terms of global esteem. And a reminder, Putin allegedly throws people out of windows. We're behind that guy. And in another question, we also got named after Russia and Israel as one of the top 3 biggest threats to world peace. That is what the Trump brand has done to our global standing in just 18 months. 18 months of foreign policy. Tariffs slapped on every ally we have. NATO threatened. Greenland threatened. Ukraine sold out. And the cherry on top, the war on Iran that's just a distraction from the Epstein files that is draining the global oil supply and killing thousands. The former NATO Secretary General Rasmussen, who runs the Alliance of Democracies, called this decline, and I quote, saddening, but not shocking. Saddening. That's what a former NATO chief tells you. He's using diplomatic restraint right then. But we've seen this coming. The whole world has, except maybe Trump. And just look at where the goodwill went. Again, China now has an overall positive view on the world stage, and they are getting a major glow up. And Xi didn't have to do anything except not be a screaming maniac for the last 18 months. I mean, we've set the bar so low that you only had to not pick a fight with every single country on earth at the same damn time. I mean, look, all you have to do is go to the New York Times this week. They are reporting that Xi is making moves on US automakers, selling munitions to Iran on the side. China, they are everywhere we are not. And then look at Russia. They're broke, they're paranoid, sanctioned to the gills, openly aiding Iran in the war against us. And if you look at The Economist this week, they broke a secret document showing that Russia has a full plan to back Tehran with technology, intel, the works. Russia is aiding our enemies. And yet the worldview of Russia is better than ours. So who do we have left on our side? I mean, who is left? Hold on, let me look here. All right, so we've got Israel. Well, that's run by Bibi, the indicted strongman who's prosecuting a multi-front war. Saudi Arabia, that's run by the guy who chopped up a Washington Post journalist, but they're also threatening to not let us use their land or air for our military anymore. Oh yeah, Hungary, but they just completely rejected Trump's pal Orban. So maybe we've got North Korea, technically, still on speaking terms with us because Trump and Kim were exchanging love letters or something. I mean, that's Trump's friend group. That's the table at which the commander-in-chief sits at in the cafeteria. He, in every sense of the word, has become the smelly kid in class. Meanwhile, Canada won't return our calls, Mexico's rolling its eyes, the EU openly building a defense capability that doesn't include the United States. The Brits, who tolerate everyone and apologize for everything, are cringing at us. South Korea, Japan, Australia, they're all over there looking at China going, well, at least they're consistent. Lula, down in Brazil, came to the White House on Wednesday and called the war on Iran madness. The president of Brazil in the Oval Office calling the war madness to Trump's face. And Trump somehow still thinks we're winning. And that's the whole bit, right? I mean, America's reputation isn't slipping because the world's jealous. It's slipping because the world is watching everything we do. The world sees us. The world sees Trump standing on the South Lawn promising death and fury to Iran. They see the ICE raids. They see Trump's attacks on the Pope. They see the tariffs changing every Tuesday. The king and country MAGA grift all the way down. They are not stupid. The world is not stupid. They're just watching us be stupid. And look, if you're frankly just as scared of Trump as the rest of the world, that's why I need you guys to hit subscribe. Because the world, they've noticed, the least you can do is notice with them.